Any of y'all who are still walking around fat and or unhealthy are low vibrational, okay? If you want to vibrate higher, I suggest you drop down in the description box and click the link to purchase this and other high vibrating health and wellness products. Nuts girl, I finally got around to watching these old tired ass Medicine Wives, honey. And I gotta tell y'all how I actually came up with the name Medicine Wives. It's actually very bittersweet. But this reunion had it going on. Y'all wanna talk about it? Here you go. So before we get into this reunion, I want to give a special rest in peace to my brother Zuri Craig. I don't know if y'all remember Zuri. He was part of the Craig Lewis band. He was the light-skinned singer with the raspy voice like Life Jennings. And his good friend Craig was the brown-skinned singer. They rose to stardom on social media. And then they were part of the Tyler Perry plays. And they were also on America's Got Talent. Well, Zuri and I became friends in the first iteration of Candy's A Mother's Love play. He was in the play, and we struck up friendship. And one day he called me, and I was just laying in the bed, and he was like, "You ain't," and we was just talking shit, and he was like, "You ain't doing nothing but sitting over there talking about them damn housewives or them damn medicine wives or whatever the case may be." And when he said the word Medicine Wives, it tickled me so much. And as you can see, it stuck with me. And I've been calling them Medicine Wives ever since Zuri Craig said that. So that's how it became to be known as Medicine Wives. Special rest in peace to my brother, Zuri Craig. You are definitely going to be missed. And thank you for coining the phrase Medicine Wives. Y'all want to get into this reunion? Now, y'all know, normally when we talk about the reunion, honey, we got to get into the fashions, honey, the fashions. How many of y'all said that with me? But before we get into the fashions, honey, we got to talk about how Dr. Contessa tried to whoop Dr. Heavenly ass before they could even get into the fashions, honey, the fashions. Let me tell you something. I'm so glad I can finally talk about this now, because, baby, when I got that phone call from the people in New York, baby, the people said they was in a taxi cab and they saw Heavenly ass running down Fifth Avenue. They said she was running all around the trailer, running around the U-Haul trucks, running around the generators, running around the studio. Girl, they said she was running around the hot dog stand. They said if she could have found Chris Cuomo, she would have ran in his damn house. Baby, they said by the time Heavenly got her ass back to her trailer, she was so out of breath, Dr. Damon had to try to write her a prescription for some albuterol, honey. She had to... I'm just telling you what the people said. Baby, they said she was finna tear Heavenly ass up, all up and down 36th Street. Baby, they said Heavenly ass was running and she had to run behind Simone and have Simone fake hold her back because Contessa was finna tear her ass up down to the Big Apple. Now, I don't make the news. I just report it, okay? Now we can talk about the fashions, honey, the fashions. So, look. This season was like a Vegas, throwback Vegas, 60 Vegas, glamour, something like that or another. And Jackie always looked nice. Jackie always played safe. Heavenly looked nice. It is of my opinion that Simone and Anila hit the theme the closest. Quad looked nice. I don't know if in this situation I could say a best dress. I'm going to be honest with you. I think Toya's look deviated from the theme the most. Contessa's look was a little awkward. I did love the hairpiece, but her overall look was a little awkward. I would definitely say Simone, Anila, and Quad were top 3. Heavenly would be in there as top 4 in terms of executing the theme. But I can't pick out one person that was just like, ooh, they was the absolute best. And that's really rare. All right, so let's get into it. The thing opens up with them talking about Quad's new house and the renovations. Or whatever. And then Andy asks Toya, does she think Quad has a beautiful house? And Toya goes on to say, she don't go in people's house, look in people's houses up and down. That's what she do. Now, we're going to pause right here for a minute. And in this review, y'all, we're going to keep it all the way real. I don't give a fuck who friends with who friends with not. We finna keep the shit all the way real. Toya, I'm going to start with you. It's hard for me to believe that you don't go in people's houses, look in people's houses up and down. And it was only applicable that Andy asked you that question because of everybody on the show. You are the most house-centered person on the show. From the inception of this show until now, season 9, it has been all about house for you. So it's hard for me to believe that you don't go in people's houses taking notes. I don't know, but for whatever reason, Toya seems to have this infatuation with having the nicest house. You can't tell people what to like with their money. Some people go out to eat. Some people like cars. Some people like clothes. Some like jewelry. Some like houses. I guess having a big house is Toya's thing. But it seems to the viewer. And you know what? At the end of the day, we crack jokes on Toya and Eugene. We don't know what their finances look like, okay? But it seems to the viewer and to the naked eye that y'all keep getting in trouble over having big ass, gigantic ass houses. And I'm sorry. I know I can't take what my life is about and apply it to other people, but I know what it's like to not have. So my mission in life is to just be comfortable. I'd rather have a shitload of money in my bank account than to be house poor. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I just don't understand why Toya or why Quad are so fixated on getting so much damn house. I have said it before in previous reviews. I have said it to Quad's face. I don't know why, as a single person, Quad went out and got all that damn house. It definitely does come off like I'm trying to prove something to somebody. But on the flip side of things, people are allowed to be proud of their accomplishments. Maybe that was a goal that Quad set for herself, that she wanted to have this big mega house, and she accomplished it. I don't know. Me personally, I wouldn't have did it. I've been around both of Quad houses. I've been around the $2 million house, and I've been around the bullshit ass apartment. As a single woman, Quad lived in it was either a 3-story or a 4-story townhome with an elevator. It had more than enough space for a single woman, quiet as it's kept. It had more than enough space for Quad, her mama, and Mason, especially when you consider the fact that people like Quad, Toya, and myself grew up in regular ass houses in regular ass neighborhoods, okay? That townhouse was more than enough, but who am I and who are we to tell somebody what more than enough is for them? But I think the general consensus is Quad got more house than she needs. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Quad, you got a PR problem on your hands. And I'm being perfectly honest with you. You have a PR problem on your hands. People, Quad, there is something that is reading about you as fake and phony. And it just hasn't started. And when Andy asked you the question about, or the viewer asked the question, how is life now being basically a second mom, or being, having to give up your single life for the family life, you gave this answer about, it's just fine because I can adapt to anything. And Toya rolled her eyes, and so did I. Listen, the jig is up. Quad, you do this thing where you try to come off so fucking perfect. And you try to come off so unbothered. And it just reeks of phony. when you made that whole I can adapt to anything, I mean, it just was too much. Okay? Honestly and truthfully, the answer that people were looking for was, Andy, it definitely is an adjustment. I'm used to being fancy free and footloose. You know, I'm young, I'm single, I'm used to going out for happy hour with my girls and doing things. And things have changed a little bit. You know, now I've had to trade in some of my happy hours for soccer practice. But good thing that my mom is there. My mom helps me out a lot. So it hasn't changed my life too much. That's the answer people were looking for. Because that's the real answer. You're not finna sit up here and convince a nary soul that your life has not been altered and you have not had to make a fucking adjustment because you got a damn 7-year-old that you have to take care of. Especially sitting up there with parents on the damn stage. Quad, the jig is up. I'm telling you as this somebody that watched the show, and I'm telling you this as a friend. You need to read the room. And you need to read the comments. And people are just over this whole Miss Perfect act. It is reading on camera as so fake and phony. And it's going to come back to bite you in the ass if you do not find a way to find a balance between making TV and authenticity. Because it's coming off real inauthentic right now, and I'm just giving you the real fucking deal. So Quad and Toya start fussing, and they start fussing about finance, and we're gonna take a little moment and let this segment breathe. So, you know, the running joke has been Toya don't work, Toya don't work, Toya don't work, or whatever. Okay, Toya pulls out 2 check stubs, one for $6,000 and one for $7,000. And she says she get those monthly. That's $11,000. Now, in the real world, that's a lot of money monthly. There are whole households that don't bring in $11,000 a month, right? But in the world of medicine wise, in the grand scheme of things, that is not a lot of money. But I get what Toya was attempting to do. All right. Toya was attempting to say, I get accused of not working all the time. And here it is, something I'm showing y'all that I do work. Now look, the ladies over at Married to Medicine are making good money. They are making $800,000 plus. Okay, don't ask me how I know, bitch. I do. They are making $800,000 plus. Toya is actually the breadwinner in her home right now. Okay, she is the breadwinner in her house. Now, Quad's argument was, I have had jobs in addition to Married to Medicine. I was a brand ambassador for BCBG. I don't know how much that paid. And she said, I also worked on Sister Circle. Well, I also worked on Sister Circle too, bitch. And while it was a nice 6-figure paying job, Sister Circle wasn't sustaining shit, okay? Sister Circle was not sustaining Quad's lifestyle, all right? But it was a nice low 6-figure paying job. Ask me how I know. I worked at the place too. All right. Nevertheless, the argument is, why is Toya always accused of not having a job and Quad don't get the same treatment? It is my professional opinion that Toya always, professional child, as if I went to school for this. It is my professional opinion that Toya always gets picked on about not working and about her finances because, number one, she is a housewife and we have not seen her branch out and do anything else. And number two, because Toya and Eugene are always moving, they've had tax problems, and it comes off as if y'all are having financial problems. Like Toya, and I'm just keeping it real here. I'm not picking on Toya or Eugene or nothing. But you have to look at this thing objectively from the viewer's standpoint. Every other season, y'all are moving. All right? Every other house you move into, you claim it's your dream home. And it feels as if you are sinking all of your money into these homes then having to move. Audra already sprayed you on this latest house where she says you talking about you sold it and you made $1 million, but you had 7 liens. In all actuality, you came up short. And that is the truth. You tried to say you moved because you was receiving demonic letters. You tried to say you moved because it didn't have a tennis court, yet you knew it didn't have a tennis court when you designed it. So come on, Toya, like, we not stupid. All right, you and Eugene are having financial issues when it comes to these houses, and y'all keep putting yourselves in financial binds. And that is why people are more critical of y'all's finances than anybody else on the show. We have only seen Quad go up and up and up. Now, people saying she used Dr. G. I've looked in some of the Married to Medicine rooms on Facebook. People are thinking she got a big settlement. This is what I can tell you. And I'm going to tell some of her business. She might get mad. When she was staying with Dr. G, she didn't pay no bills. That's number 1. Number 2, when she was staying with Dr. G didn't know how much she made. That's number 3. So you sitting in a situation where, a nigga paying all the bills and you keeping all your money. All right? Then on top of that, Quad dress and she buy her cars or whatever, and Quad love to entertain and go out to eat. We'll go out to eat. Quad will pick up the bill. She will. $800 bill, $900 bill. She'll pick up the tab for the people for the food and drinks. But when you talking about y'all making $800,000 a year, and granted y'all haven't been making that for all the seasons, but you're talking about somebody for the lion's share of their tenure on Married to Medicine didn't have to pay no bills and was able to keep their money. It's not hard to believe that she had a nest egg saved. Now I'm gonna go ahead and jump ahead, right? Because Simone, kind of gets into it, and everybody wants to know how it is that Quad was able to afford a $2 million house and then renovate it and then furnish it. Here's my thing. It really is giving. I don't understand how she was able to do it, because I'm not able to do it. Especially when Simone was like, I got a medical practice and I'm on this show. Now, Quad said she's single, she don't have children, she don't have tuition. Okay? Now, let's explore the cash register next to the bed. Let's explore the sleeping with men. Let's explore the sleeping with married men. Are men out there giving women money like that? And I'm just asking because I don't know. I am legitimately asking. If the implication is a man gave Quad money to help her get that house, he would have had to have given her a whole lot of damn money. Are the men out there giving women hundreds of thousands of dollars? I don't know. Y'all gonna have to drop down in the comments and let me know. And if they is, where they be at? Because, bitch, I'm trying to go and I'll motherfucking turn into a trans if it'll help me land one of their ass. Y'all already know I got a closet full of wigs. It ain't nothing for me to pull one of them dusty bitches out. Matter of fact, I'll go get me some good wigs. But real talk. Are men giving women that type of money? Quad does have a mortgage, and I know some of y'all gonna misinterpret. Look at him taking up for Quad, doing damage control. I'm just doing the simple math here. Number one, you don't have to make a shitload of money to qualify for a $1 million mortgage. If you making $800,000 a year, you can qualify for $1 million mortgage. I mean, hell, the girls might not want to believe it, but shit, I put it this way. I could go down to the bank and get $800,000, $900,000 mortgage myself. Okay, with my jobs and with my income. Now y'all ain't heard that from me. Okay. Now when you start talking about somebody who's been on a show for 9 years, I don't know how much money Quad put down on her house. I don't. I do know that she has physically told me in this ear right here, because this is the ear I hold the phone to, that she put a lot of money down on her house. I don't know what a lot of money is. I assume several hundreds of thousands of dollars. But it is not far-fetched that the girl put down several hundreds of thousands of dollars and she financed 1.2 million, 1 million, 1.3 million, and her mortgage is $10,000 a month. They make $40,000 an episode. So it's not far-fetched. Now, is it stupid? In my personal opinion, yes. And my bigger concern for Quad, and because she is my friend, is not her affording the house now, but if Married to Medicine was ever to come to an end today or tomorrow, will you be able to afford it in the future? That's my concern, not how she's affording it now. And look, the proof of that, Kim Zolciak's house is in foreclosure right now over a $300,000 loan that she took out. So again, I'm not concerned about how Quad got in the house. For me, the math is mathing. 8 years on the show, the first 3 years, wasn't really making no money. The last 5 years, multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's not far-fetched that the lady put down $600,000-$700,000 on a damn house and financed the rest. But like I said, outside of this reality TV stuff, and I'm just keeping it real, outside of this reality TV stuff, Quad has not created another lane for her that I am aware of that is going to bring in $400,000, $500,000, $600,000, $700,000, $800,000 a year. Okay? At least with all the doctors, they have their medical practices that can bring in that type of money. Without this show, I don't know how Quad would bring in $600,000, $700,000, $800,000 a year. But what I do know is that she's a smart ass girl and she's gonna figure it out. That much I do know. So again, the concern shouldn't be how she got in the house. The concern should be how she gonna keep the motherfucker. Okay? Of all the doctors, I think Simone got the most money saved from the show. Simone don't dress like shit. She said they've been in their house for 22 years. They sold their other house. Yeah, her kids are in college, but college is a couple tens of thousands of dollars a year. I think Simone probably got the most money put up in the bank from the show because she has not altered her life, which I think is very smart. She and Sisu are very comfortable. I would not be surprised if Simone only spends less than 25% of her Married to Medicine check and put the rest of it up in the bank, because prior to that, she and Sisu Ben was living off her medicine salary and Sisu's corporate career. Sisu is not doing his real estate. Now, whether he's selling a whole bunch of houses or not, that's to be determined. But they don't seem to have a whole lot of overhead. And as their children get older and older and older, there are less expenses associated with their children as they begin to build lives for themselves. So I wouldn't be surprised if Simone got the most money saved from the doggone show. They run the package about Heavenly Mom dying, and Heavenly's mother says on her deathbed she wants Heavenly to get along with her sister. And they ask, have they seen Heavenly's sister? I've never met Heavenly's sister. I've only heard the things that she said about her from time to time. And from what I hear, they're trying to work on it. Her sister made candles, so on and so forth. I think her name Denise. I'm not sure. Anyway, I've never met her. And then they ask Heavenly about censoring her mouth and does it affect her business. And she said it doesn't affect her business. And he said, but it's affecting your friendships. I've said this a long time ago. There's only two things Heavenly care about. Her husband, her family. Three things: her husband, her family, and her businesses. The rest of them bitches she don't care about. Now, in my opinion, I think it's sad. I think people should have friends. I think people should cherish those friendships, and for whatever reason, Heavenly doesn't. I wish Heavenly can heal and evolve to a place where she really does respect those ladies and see them as girlfriends and does not cross boundaries and talk about them on her YouTube. I really do want that for her. I really do want her to experience the fullness of healthy girlfriend relationships, but that's going to take healing and therapy on Heavenly's part. Okay, this YouTube has been the center of controversy for years, and flat out, straight up, Heavenly, the shit is not funny anymore. Quad said something very valid to Heavenly. Heavenly, you apologize, then you get back on your YouTube and you say the same shit all over again, or you say shit like, I only apologize because Daddy didn't want me to. Daddy wanted me to. Heavenly, you are going to find yourself in a situation where these women are going to get tired of you. They're going to collude against you. They're going to refuse to film with you, and you're going to be cast out on an island by yourself. Take a note out of the karma that happened to Mariah. You don't want that to happen, sis. Get your ass into some fucking therapy and figure out why it is that the women in your life are so damn disposable. It's not a nice trait. It's ugly. And enough is enough at this point with talking about the ladies on YouTube. Your YouTube has blown up to the point where you are getting celebrity guests. You are doing your finance stuff. There are so many other things you can talk about on that damn YouTube other than those ladies. I don't understand why somebody would voluntarily bring this much turmoil in their own damn life when all they have to do is pivot and shift what it is they talk about. Heavenly, it really is that simple. Make the fucking pivot already. Do the jokes go too far? You know, they bring up Anila and the moving thing with Toya. Now listen, when Anila and Karen made the joke about Toya, here's the thing. Anila and Toya were not seeing eye to eye at that point, so it was shady as fuck. You know what I'm saying? But it was funny. It was funny at the expense of Toya and Eugene. In real life, in a friendship, would that shit be funny? Hell no. Because you're laughing at your friend's demise. You're laughing at their financial situation. And the shit is not funny. But was it a great antic for the show? Sure. When Toya said next year I should dress up as a burglar, yes, God, bitch. She did that and she said that. When they said Quad can give it but she can't take it, it's the absolute truth. Quad is the most sensitive of everybody on that damn show. Quad can't give it, and Quad, there have been many instances when your ass can't take it. That's on that show and in real friendship. Me and you have had that conversation about you being so sensitive sometimes. Quad ass is sensitive. She's just sensitive. And sometimes being in a relationship with Quad is difficult. It requires you to walk on eggshells because you never know what you're going to say that's going to offend her or rub her the wrong way. That just is what it is. And that's part of being friends with Quad. Either you take it or you leave it. And a lot of people have chosen to just take it and deal with it. But then you got people like Simone who are tired of it, and people who are like Heavenly are tired of it. Now, to Quad's defense, if y'all keep perpetuating a certain lie on me, especially a lie that started way back with Mariah saying she slept with Lake's husband, I can understand her being frustrated because I would be frustrated too. Stop telling this lie on me if it's not for real. But there is a part of Quad who can dish it and not take it. Anila's burglary package. Child, come to find out Anila Houston got robbed twice. Now, Anila talking about she got that furniture blog, and no, she didn't. She didn't. Her and Karen bought that furniture. Did she get some accent pillows for free? Yes. Did she get some face plates for her light switches? Yes. Did she get some dishes? Yes. Anila don't have enough influence on her social media to get $500,000 worth of furniture for free. She did not. She didn't. I don't give a good goddamn what nobody say. She did not get that much furniture from that non-existent blogging. She's just not that girl like that when it comes to blogging. And she just needs to move on, because those of us who are in the business know she did not get $500,000 worth of furniture blogging. She don't have that much influence in that space. I'm sorry. I just don't believe it. Like, she literally would have to show me. I don't want the press releases. I want the emails from the presidents of the company saying, we've sent you this much furniture. Here it is. Thank you. That's what I need to see. Bitches giving out whole damn sofas and shit. Child, please. For that much furniture, they could have just bought traditional advertising or advertised with Kim Kardashian. I'm just not believing it. Them bringing up Anila mama coming to things, and Toya was like, I don't think your mama should have been at the vagina party. And it's not about she can't handle it, it's about we can't handle it. Yeah, you know what? There are certain places that your mama should be and should not be, but we cannot act like when Anila mama don't come on the scene, she breaks up the scene and the shit be funny. We like Anila mama, and we like them kids interacting with Miss Gomez. Now, let's talk about the robbery. Let's be objective as possible here, okay? First of all, when you don't like a bitch, it's easy as hell for you to believe the worst about them, okay? Let's start there. Now, let's look at this from Anila and Quad's perspective. Carmita attacks Anila at Quad's Christmas party. The next day, Carrie reveals that Toya said there's a hit out on Anila in the neighborhood. That's the rumor. 2 days after the attack, Anila's house gets burglarized. Anybody in that situation would feel like Toya had something to do with it. Or at a minimum, Toya had knowledge of it. You super mad with me to the point where you bring somebody to beat me up. Carrie said you told her there's a hit out on me in the neighborhood, and then my house gets burglarized. And we not getting along. Let's keep it real here. It's not about Team Toya or what side you're on. Just using those facts or details. Now, I get that it is a lot to pin that on somebody. To say that, Toya is capable of that. Me personally, I have been around Toya. I think Toya is nice. I think Toya was upset. I do think Toya brought Carmita there to whoop whoever ass needed to be whooped. Do I think Toya is the type of person that would orchestrate a burglary on somebody's house? Nah, from what I've seen of Toya, no. But in this world, I've also learned you can't put shit past nobody. All right? Who's not to say Carmita did it? Didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? She's damn sure willing to fight for Toya and attack somebody and go to jail over. You know what I'm saying? It just looks fishy. Now, you could be on team whatever the fuck you want to be on. You can call me a Toya hater. You can call me whatever you want. But when you put the clues together, you brought Carmita to beat me up. The next day, Carrie said that you said it was a hit out on me. You have a party. There's people in and out the gate. Bunch of people at your house. And then I get robbed. No, that's definitely something I am going to investigate. I'm going to be like, let's explore this a little bit. I'm not saying you did it, but I am going to take a moment and look in this area because it does feel suspect. I don't give a good goddamn what team you own. It feels suspect. Whether she did it or not, I don't know. Okay? I hope she didn't, and I don't think she would, but I'm not going to lie to you. If it was me, and if I was in the situation, I would be telling the detectives, this is what's been going on in my life, so you may want to look in this area. I don't think that's far-fetched, and I don't think it's wrong for anybody to explore the possibility that there may be a connection over there, considering all that has happened. Anila brings out her lie detector test, and here's the thing. Quad brought out her lie detector test, and Anila brought out her lie detector test. We all know that lie detector tests are not admissible in court, right? Because it's not a foolproof science. We also know that the CIA and the FBI and the police use lie detector tests when trying to solve crimes. You know what I'm saying? So there is a level of science to it that can be quantified. There is a level of it that is admissible to some degree in our society, maybe not in our legal system. So where are y'all at with the lie detector test? Now, I know that Quad went to TSU, and I know that Anila went to some school up in New York. Now, I've hung out with both of them, and I ain't never known them to have the capabilities to be able to sway a lie detector test left or right. I do know people in the CIA, the FBI, and Russian spies are able to do whatever they need to do to sway the lie detector test left or right. But again, cognitive dissonance. It depends on what you want to believe and who you want to believe. If these lie detector tests exonerate the ladies of what it is they're being accused of, I'm not even gonna jump down on that. I'm just gonna say they provided the lie detector test, and y'all make of them whatever it is y'all need to make of them what they did. I do not believe Anila set up her own burglary on her own house for insurance money, and I'm gonna reveal a piece of information that I know from being associated with the girls personally. Anila's father is super rich. Super duper 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 rich. He owned some business or was the CEO of some business that had something to do with airplanes and jets. Okay? Her father is more rich than she gives off in real life. The girl is super duper rich. Coupled with the fact that her husband does what he does as an ocular plastic surgeon. She don't need the money, and she damn sure don't need to set up no burglary for insurance money. Now, y'all don't want to be believing me. Y'all be wanting to say, I'm friends with this person and I'm friends with that person, and I'll just be trying to give y'all hoes the facts. But it's to y'all believe what y'all want to believe. Her father is super duper rich to the point where she don't have to set up no damn burglary. And when I say super duper rich, imagine how far-fetched it would be if Paris Hilton set up a burglary to get insurance money. Now, granted, I'm not saying she's on Paris Hilton's level, but what I am saying is the notion of her setting up her own burglary with how rich her father is absolutely that preposterous. All right? She didn't set up her own burglary. Now, the fact that she got hit twice, Toya said it, did you ever think that maybe it's because you're an asshole? Yeah, or maybe your house is just located in a prime spot for you to get robbed. I don't know what it is, but Anila, it may be worth you investigating why people keep breaking into your house. At any rate, that's all I got. Ain't got no more. Y'all be sure to like and subscribe if you're new to this channel. And I'm going to call y'all later. Bye.